So absolutely stunning sunrise this morning here in Cornwall. It's the 9th of December and there's not a cloud in the sky. So a complete pan around, there's not a breath of wind either. The moon up there. We did have some rain yesterday, a little tiny bit in the afternoon, but otherwise it's been dry for the last sort of 9 days, which is unusual for December. So getting down in the valley now, as we're going down I can feel it getting colder and colder, especially on my hand holding the camera. But we got the little pigs here, so they've been here exactly 2 weeks. So it was 2 weeks ago I put them here, and I haven't given them any extra space yet. They had a lot of rain the day after I put them here, and then we haven't had a lot of rain since then really, so it's not too bad. Although they've turned the whole lot over. Good morning, girls. And yeah, they're pretty happy in there. So yeah, I'm going to start moving the fence up across the field, giving them a little bit every day. They've still got loads of grass here to eat up, so I'm going to leave them until they finish eating most of the grass, and then I'll start moving them on. Right, better get you fed. We've still got apples. The apples, they're not the best. Obviously the best ones we've kept here, but I'm giving them a couple of apples each a day, and they're having 4 pounds of barley a day, so 2 now and 2 later between the 5 of them. And they've got all this lovely grass, and they seem pretty happy with that. Yeah, so this doesn't happen very often, maybe 3 or 4 times a year. We've got ice on the water troughs in the yard. We had these when we had the cattle. We haven't got cattle anymore, but this one here is one that's raised up. It collects water from the shed roof, and it feeds the drinker in the shed. There aren't any sheep in there at the moment, so we haven't got to worry about clearing it, although this will clear off. In fact, it looks pretty thick, but it's actually a bit thicker than I thought it would be. Yeah, there we go. It's not bad. That'll all be cleared though in a few hours. Sun's out now, it's warming up. I doubt it'll get much of, well, the forecast is for like 4 degrees today, 5 maybe, but it'll all clear through, and then it is supposed to freeze again a little bit tonight, and tomorrow they're talking rain or potentially snow, but very unlikely we'll get snow. But there we go, a little bit of ice. We do get frost in Cornwall sometimes. Another water system that I have, so that filled up yesterday. We only had 2 mil of rain, but it's full, and it's frozen a little bit, but I won't have to clear that. Chickens haven't seen ice for a while. Now we're pretty much 2 years old, but they are laying. I think there's 30 something, 35. There's one in here still. There's eggs down in that. So I'll just do a little collect on them. I'm collecting twice a day on these. They seem to have about 15 to 18 a day, so about 50% of them are laying. They sort of just come off a molt, so usually once we get past the shortest day and into January, they should pick up again, which is just so. It must have been a little bit colder than what I thought, because although there's no wind, the feed to the lake is over there, and there's no ice over there, so that half of the lake. But when you get to here, there's a line there. Now clearly it comes out, but you can see the reflection of the trees clearly where there's water, and it's fuzzy where there's ice. It's not a lot, it's not very thick, but it is definitely a complete sheet of ice right across the top. I've only ever seen ice on the lake here once before, and in fact this is thicker than up on the water trough. It's just gone 11 o'clock now, so the sun hasn't really come on this bit. But yeah, this is only the second time I've seen ice here. Not that I've been down here every time it's frozen, I suppose, but there we go. There we are. Was not expecting that this morning. So this is what I've been doing this week while it's been dry. I got rained off yesterday, but did a couple of days before that, Tuesday and Wednesday. And I'll be down here again this afternoon, or from now until it starts to get dark. Anyway, I've cleared this little patch. There's a pile there for burning, which I'll burn next year to make biochar. And this is the ends which I've taken off for wood chipping. So I lie them out like that, and we'll bring the chipper down when it's dry in the spring, probably February, March, or maybe before if we get a dry enough time to drive the tractor down here. It's just about dry enough now to do it, but I'm going to try and get more done. So it was all like that, and I've cleared this out, and then I'm going to do this bit in a minute, or today. I don't know if I'll get it all done today, but try and do as much as I can. Just hybrid willows. I put them in when pretty sure I planted them when I built the castle up there, which was 12 years ago. And most of it I'm going to be logging if I can. For logs, I got quite a lot of logs the last couple of days. So you can see the willows, they grow up and then they get heavy and they fall over. I cut them off and they'll shoot again. So there's the stumps there. So I planted them in lines. So I've done almost done two. Yeah, I've done 2 lines pretty much. A little bit left on this line. I'll leave a few that are going straight up. But the ones that are lying down, I'm probably going to leave that one because that's good cover for attacking the castle. But these down here, you can't get through them anymore. There's nobody's going in here, so you can see what it's like. They're sort of, well, they're past 45 degrees, most of them. So I clear off. So there's a hazel there which is going straight up. I'll leave that like I've left that hazel there. So yeah, I'll just basically set about it with a chainsaw and put it into 3 piles. One for chipping, one for burning, and one for logs. This is how I'm clearing it then. So I cut off the bits I can reach and drop them, and if there's any logs on that, once they're on the ground, I just log them until it gets to the short ends, and then I trim those so that they're straight. Will go in the chipper. And I've done that on those 2 limbs right there. That one that I cut off, and these 2, that was just straight for the chipper. So most of this I'll drag over to the chipper now, and then I leave these, and I can reach them. I just basically log them as they stand from the ends back to the stump. Yes, and then logs are all on the floor. I'll pick them up, chuck them in the trailers later on. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Doesn't take very long. Just clearing all the, clear all the crap off of them first as you go. Start at the base, work outwards till you can't get any further. Cut them off, drop them, log them, cut them ready for the chipper, drag them over to the pile. Here we are, it's starting to look a bit like I've been here now. There's the hazels, so I've cut off what was coming out sideways on them, and these are stumps here of what I've done. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Doesn't sound like much, but it's quite a lot of stuff in the air once you start cutting it down. And so if you remember, some of that was coming right out here through the hazels as well. And this is just one tree, I reckon. So I would have just put 1 stick in the ground there about 12 years ago. Possibly there's another one there, and there would have been another one there as well. But look at all that, it's all grown out of the one thing, all the way out to there, quite a long way. I've got a bag full of logs to show for it. Probably only going, well, I'm only going to put 1, and then I've started making a new logging pile here. I've only got road tyres on this trailer. I should have these on really, and then I probably could get away with 2 bags in there, but we use the trailer on the road quite a lot as well, so swapping them over is a pain. And I'm probably only going to do, well, I'm going to probably go and get another bag, so I'll take that up, get another bag. Definitely doing 1 more bag today. Yep, so these hazels, they would have been planted at the same time about 12 years ago, so you can see how they've grown compared to the hybrid willows. They are unreal, these growth on these hybrid willows. I only bought 50 of them probably about 20 years ago, and they were literally 2 foot cuttings when I bought them, pretty much like this. That's it. I mean, just shove that in. I mean, I just try to stick it in the ground, but it needs to be cut short. It's cut with a chainsaw. But if you cut a little point on the end and literally shove that in the ground, 6-8 inches into the ground, 12 years later, you got this. Well, we got this anyway. And you know, I started with 50 of them, and you can just harvest hundreds off of each one. You know, you just cut any of these, cut them off and replant them again. So I've got thousands of them now around the farm. O'clock now, and the sun has set this side of the valley, and I've got another bag full of logs. Got a massive pile there to chip, and some of this was pretty tough. It's starting to grow into the ground. Just needs to touch the ground. It sets roots in, so that one there is growing along there. I managed to get most of it out, but that bit there is stuck in the ground, so it'll grow, or if I don't dig it out, which I might do. But you can see the ends here already. The ends have actually grown. I don't know if you can see that, but those are new shoots coming out the ground now. So that's where the ends touch the ground. That's what the 1 year shoots look like. They grow 8 to 12 feet a year. That's just 1 year's growth. So it's been a beautiful day, and you can still see the sun to the east. So the sun is still shining on the tops of the valley over there. But it won't be long before it's dark, so I'm going to crack on. I've got to feed the pigs and the chickens again, collect eggs, and see what tomorrow brings.